Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Coffee and Clarity with Grace. Always excited that you are here. And as I always start by saying, this is not a webinar, this is not a training, and this is not a sales call. This is our table. This is our table. And this is the one place each week where we can slow down, tell the truth, and talk honestly about what it looks like to build drift funnels and build our businesses with clarity, steadiness, and peace. So, again, thank you for being here with me on this morning. Today, I want to talk about something I'm learning while talking with people about drift funnels and as drift funnels continues to grow and improve. I'm learning how to talk to potential customers about drift funnels. That's what I'm really learning to do. And I don't mean just explaining what it is. I mean learning how to listen to the person that I'm talking to, the person that's in front of me, to understand what their business actually needs and focus on the parts of drift funnels that can help them the most. Reason being, drift funnels is so big, okay? And it has a lot inside of it. There's AI, there are engines, funnels, systems, follow-up tools, dashboards, customer journeys. And there are ways to help people see what's happening in their business. But what I'm learning is that when I'm talking to a potential customer, I can't just throw the whole company at them. I have to slow down, listen, and understand where the drift is in their business. And then I have to show them the part of drift funnels that speaks directly to what they are carrying. Okay. So this is what I want to talk about today. As always, I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing, what I'm learning, what I'm wrestling with, and what I'm appreciating as I learn how to speak to customers and not just talk about and speak about the company Drift Funnels. So let's get started. Y'all know I just like to dive in. What I'm seeing. What I am seeing is that every potential customer doesn't need to hear the same part of Drift Funnels first. No. And that's a big lesson for me because Antonio, he told me, hey, speak directly to the person. Talk about hone in on what their business is and what they need. I said, you're right. Because I just go in and talk about drip funnels. We have this, we have that, and I show them everything. No. So different types of business owners or industry people. A speaker may need to hear how drip funnels can help them become easier to book, easier to understand, to follow up with, and easier to trust after they leave the stage. And then a real estate agent, they may need to hear how drift funnels can help them organize leads, follow up with buyers and sellers, and stop letting interested people disappear. These are people that I've been talking to. A travel business owner may need to hear how drift funnels can help them move people from interest to inquiry, from inquiry to booking, and from booking to repeat business. And then a coach, consultant, author, church leader, or service provider. Those types of industries, they may all need different parts of the system explained first. And I'm seeing that if I talk to everybody the same way, I may miss what matters most to that person. I'm going to miss what matters most to that person, actually. People don't always care about the whole engine at first. No, they care about the part of the engine that touches their pain. They care about the lead that they lost, about the follow-up that they forgot about the customer who got confused, about the opportunity that slipped away, about their business feeling scattered, and about not knowing what to do next. So what I'm seeing is I have to stop leading with everything drift funnels can do and start leading with what the customer needs help with right now. And that's a different kind of conversation. It requires me also to listen better. And so that's what I'm seeing. Take a sip on that one. What I'm learning is that clarity is something I have to bring into the conversation, not just something drift funnels gives the customer. Because if I'm unclear, the customer will feel unclear. If I over explain, then the customer, they may feel overwhelmed. And then if I try to show them everything in drift funnels, they may not see the one thing that matters the most to them. So I'm learning to ask better questions. Questions like, where are leads falling through? Where are people interested but not moving forward? Where does follow-up break down? Where do customers get confused? What part of the business still depends too much on your money? And what are you trying to grow, but the system underneath isn't strong enough yet? And where are the pain points in your business? What is it that you need most help with in your business? Those are the questions that help me find the drift. And then once I can find that drift, I can speak to the right part of drift funnels for that person. I'm learning I don't have to prove the whole company in one conversation. I've got to make the customer feel seen, and that matters the most. We all know that when someone feels seen, they can listen differently. They're not just hearing software language, they're hearing, oh, this can help me. And then I'm also learning that the best way to explain drift funnels is from the business pain side, not from the feature side all the time. It's not just, hey, here's a funnel, but here is how we can help people stop losing interested leads. Not just, hey, here's automation, but here's how we help you follow up when your energy, your memory, or your schedule gets stretched. I want to let people know, I don't want to just tell people, hey, here's AI that we have for drip funnels. I want to tell them, here's how the system helps you get clearer about what needs attention. And those are the things I'm learning. The customer needs a bridge between their problem and the part of drip funnels that can help, not more noise. So that's what I'm learning. What I'm wrestling with how to explain something powerful without making it feel too big. Drip funnels is not small. It is no small feat. It is big beyond measure. Okay. And it's not just one little tool. Okay. It's a whole system, a whole system. I almost said a whole solar system because it's that big. But when something is big like that, it can be tempting to explain all of it. Okay. Because if you build something and it's really big, you want to tell everybody everything about it because you know what it is. But I want people to understand the vision. I want them to see how much has been built. And I want them to feel the power of what drift funnels can become for their business. And that's what gets me excited about it all the time. But I'm learning that explanation is not the same thing as connection. Sometimes I can explain a lot and still not connect to the person's actual need. And that's what I'm wrestling with. So I'm asking myself, how do I honor the size of drip funnels while still keeping the conversation simple? And then how do I talk about a revenue OS in a way that makes sense to the person who just wants to stop losing leads? How do I talk about AI in a way that feels human? How do I talk about systems without sounding cold? Uh, Talking about automation. How do I talk about that without making people feel like the heart is missing? And then how do I become better at hearing what the customer is really saying underneath their words? Because, sometimes a person says, hey, I need a website. But what they really mean is people don't understand what I do. Sometimes somebody can say, I need more leads, but what they're really saying, what they really mean is, I don't have a clear path for the leads I already have. Someone may say, I need automation, but what they're really meaning is, I'm tired of carrying everything manually. And then also another person can say, hey, I really need help with marketing. But what they really meaning is, I don't know how to explain my value clearly. And those are the things I'm wrestling with. So I'm learning how to listen underneath the request so I can speak to the real need. I'm learning I have to be more like Antonio and listen for the words, the silence in between the words that people are saying and aren't saying. What I am appreciating, I'm appreciating that Drift Funnels gives me so many ways to help different kinds of businesses. That excites me all the time because even when we first started, um, and I first started with ATS, and I still am. I was always excited about getting to talk to people from all different parts of the country and even out of the country, and then talking to people from all different walks of life, different industries, and getting to help them with what they need. And here I am still over 10 years, thinking about 11, 12 now, doing the same thing. Well, we have a system, a whole system of how we can help people with their businesses even more now. And so it gets me excited. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate that it's not locked into one type of person. It's for every person you could think of. It can meet the speaker who needs bookings. It can meet the service provider who needs follow-ups. It can meet the real estate person, the real estate professional who needs leads clarity. And then it can meet the travel business owner who needs a cleaner customer journey. It can meet the needs of a coach or a consultant who needs to turn attention into appointments. And then it can also meet the founder, can meet the founder's needs who needs to stop building from scattered movement. I appreciate that. I don't care what industry you're in. I don't care what it is that you're doing. Even if you don't have a business yet and you want to start one but don't know what to do, we can help you meet those needs as well. I am very appreciative of that. Every business has drift somewhere. It has places where people get interested and then they fall off. Every business has places where the next step could be clear, and they have places where the owner is carrying too much. Every business has that. And so I appreciate that DriftFunnels is helping me learn how to see those places. And I'm also appreciating that the growth that comes from talking to people. Every time that I have talked to someone about DriftFunnels, it helps me see something and learn something new every single time. And I continue to appreciate that. And I continue to not hope, but I know that I'm going to continue to keep learning from every single person that I talk to about DriftFunnels because it helps me grow and it helps me talk to the next person better. I also appreciate that because I don't want to be just the founder of DriftFunnels or the CEO of DriftFunnels. No, I want to become better at helping people understand how DriftFunnels can serve their specific business. Now, I'm appreciating that I also don't have to say everything about DriftFunnels because everything in DriftFunnels doesn't pertain to every person. I just may have to make sure that I say the right thing or the thing that the person needs that's in front of me that I'm talking to. And that's growth, leadership, and clarity all wrapped up in one. So now I want to hear from you. As always, this is not a monologue on this call. This is dialogue. This is a participatory call. That's always my big word of the day. Participatory call. I want to hear from you. So I'm going to put the 4 questions in the chat. And again, you can either unmute your mic and answer, or if you would like, you can put your answer in the chat. You can put your answer in the chat, and then I will read it and we can talk about it. So here is the first one. What are you excited about right now? What are you excited about right now? I am telling you, I am excited about this DriftFunnels because it keeps growing each and every day because my trusty business partner and co-CEO, Mr. Smith Jr., oh my gosh, he adds something new every day and I love it. And it gets me excited because it'll get everybody else excited about what it is that they need for their business and for their dreams. So that is what I'm excited about. Again, you may not have an answer for this one, but if you do, we can go ahead and talk about it. Mr. Smith.
Yes, I'm excited because the customers are growing DriftFunnels. We've got customers, we got real people in. Last night we met, we had plans to do hair, beauty, and makeup, whatever it is. I don't know how to say it, but this morning it just became crown and beauty for hairstylists and barbers and people in
Oh,
the aesthetic industries. And one of the people we met last night has 30 studios with a
whoa.
bunch of people paying her seats and stuff like that. And plus she does the
Wow.
waxing and stuff like that. So now what was slated to come out 6 months from now, 4 months from now is going to come out within 48 hours because it was already built.
Hmm.
Just, testing it and doing the things now. And it added And in order to do so, we had to add for about six different new products to serve them. So that's six different streams of income. So I'm
Okay.
excited that our customers are growing DriftFunnels, and plus we met therapists, brokers, etc. But we'll just and that's changing it too. So our company is changing through customer need.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for that, Mr. Smith. Oh my goodness, I'm excited. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm just hearing this. Okay, Mr. Smith is out of town. He's been the celebrity speaker for a huge conference in Illinois, and yeah, he. So I'm excited. Okay, and so he has been telling any and everybody within, if y'all know network marketing, within a 3 feet radius, a 3 foot radius. Hey, listen, let me tell you about it. Let me tell you what we can do for you. And so I'm so excited about that. Okay, now, Mr. Smith. Now I'm even more excited. Good, good, good. Okay. All right. Here is the next question. What are you carrying? Uh-oh, did it come? There we go. What are you carrying that feels heavy this week? What are you carrying that feels heavy this week? Um, I always try to answer these questions myself along with y'all. Uh, Not necessarily heavy, but I already know that my time is coming to where I can't just stop at doing videos that y'all see on social media. I'm gonna have to hop on the stage and start talking to people. Start talking to people again about drift funnels. And it's not heavy. It's just that whoa, you know. I gotta start talking. And I don't care how many times you talk to people, if you're on a stage with thousands of people, if you're on a stage with 10 people, you'll get those butterflies in your stomach, okay? And so that's what I'm carrying right now. Hey, I'm gonna be prepared. I'm gonna tell everything that needs to be told, and I'm gonna hit the heart of the people. But it's always that feeling right there of, whew, okay, I got all these eyes on me listening and waiting. And so I'm excited about that as well, though. All right. Anyone else have anything you're carrying that feels heavy this week? Again, you may not have answers to all of these questions, but that's okay.
Yeah, I think I'm okay there.
Okay. Good, good, good. Okay. All right. Our next question. What are you building this week? Listen, I got a call. I got not a call. I got a text last night from an unknown number, but it said, "Hey, Antonio is telling me to tell you that you'll be talking to me more about the beauty side of drift funnels. And I'm looking forward to talking with you." All I said was, "You great. I am looking forward and excited to talking with you too about it." I knew he was gonna tell me. What is because he's working on something.
That's the lady with
That-
the 30 studios I just mentioned.
okay, okay. So I'm so excited. So listen, we are building that this week, and y'all heard Mr. Smith in the next 48 hours. Okay. So, all right, what are you building? What are you building? I think Mr. Smith covered that one when he was talking about question number one, when he answered question number one. All right, our and final question. Let me put it in here. I like all four questions all the time. I think this is my favorite question of all. What do you need encouragement, prayer, or perspective on? What do you need encouragement, prayer, or perspective on? Yeah, always pray for the success of Drift Funnels and how and us helping millions and millions and billions of people. I ain't talking about the money. I'm seriously talking about helping millions and millions and billions of people because there are certain things in a company that everybody wants to do and they just don't know how to do it. And Drift Funnels is their answer, and they don't know it yet, but they will. So, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, it's I'm more in the perspective category. I've been making sure, and I've been training my brain to build all of this for the 80-year-old that's not tech savvy,
Mm-hmm.
because it covers everything. Because it covers young people who aren't tech savvy, anybody else who aren't tech savvy. But Drift Funnels is very, very focused on, if you're 80 and above, can you use this? If
Mm,
you're 80 and above, can you understand what you're seeing? And can you use the very complex AI agents and all that stuff and build very complex things by either pushing a button or just simply asking it in regular boomer talk? And that's the
mm.
perspective that I've been having lately. I mean, and it sounds like a good thing, but it's just more of, I'm trying to stay locked into that perspective,
Yeah,
because that's I think that's, there's plenty of reasons why that would be good, but I don't want us to build anything that the Miss Brendas and the Miss Marys can't use it, because that's the point. We're doing this
yeah,
for them.
yeah. All right. As always, okay. I get excited about that as always too, because Antonio has always pressed that point. Can an elderly or seasoned person use this? Because you don't want someone to look at a site and say, "Man, this is a lot here. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do." And Drift Funnels is where, as soon as you look at it, you can start anywhere and understand, oh, okay, this part does this, and this part does. Now you still may need understanding because it's new to you. And that's a given. That's with anything. When you see something new that you didn't create, you got to learn it. And so, but Drift Funnels is where, like he said, the 80-year-old can understand it. A person who isn't that tech savvy, they don't have to be 80. Okay, I know people who are young, myself included. I'm not as tech savvy as Mr. Smith, as other people who are in the technic tech industry or the tech business. But you can understand this. You have to play with it. You have to learn it. But yeah, I am grateful for that. Thank you, Mr. Smith. All right. Just making sure. Anybody else need an encouragement, prayer, or perspective on anything before I close us out? All right. Okay. So as we close, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thought I want to leave with you this week. Do not explain everything. Speak to what matters. I'll say it again. Do not explain everything. Speak to what matters. That is the thought for this week. When you're talking to a potential customer, client, partner, or audience, you don't have to unload every detail because you probably don't have that much time anyway. But you don't have to prove everything in one conversation. And you don't have to overwhelm them with every feature, every system, every idea, and every possibility that you have. What you want to do is slow down, listen for the pain, listen for that drift, and then also listen for the part of their business that feels heavy, unclear, or unsupported. And then speak to that. Speak to those things. Um, People they don't want to know what you built. No, they want to know if what you built can help them. So this week, I want you to ask yourself, what does this person actually need to hear first? Not everything. What do they need to hear first? Okay, that one question can make the conversation clearer. Okay. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for spending this part of your morning with me. And thank you for bringing your real self into this room. As always, I am grateful we get to build together, and I will meet you back here next week at the table. Same bat time, same bat channel. This is your girl, Grace. I will see you at the top, not from the top. Everybody take care. Love you.